In today's video, we'll be discussing the Old Firm derby and how it went. The goals from Yang, two from Chermiti and one from Mikey Moore. We'll be discussing the overall play, the first half, second half, the protests against the board after the game, and all that kind of jazz. So remember, if you enjoy these videos, remember to subscribe to the channel, and let's get it. So to start off the video, we will be discussing obviously the build up to the match. The build up to the match was like, we don't know what's going to happen because it's such a bad time for both clubs. Rangers obviously started the season bad and they're kind of picking up form in the sense of results. Celtic, on the other hand, are honking under Wilfred Nancy. Wilfred Nancy he's not got the oomph out of players yet, and obviously that's kind of affected them on the results field. They've lost 6 of their last 8 games now. Before it was 5 out of 7. It's just not acceptable for any Celtic manager. But in this video, you'll kind of understand why, where my point of view is. Obviously, we'll dive right into the game. Then Rangers come to Parkhead with kind of good form, but away form against big teams was kind of down. And Celtic, on the other hand, as I just said, and the game started off kind of Celtic. It was kind of up and down Celtic, but they were still dominating the game and they were getting the best out what they can. But Yang, Rangers kind of defence opens up a wee bit, but it's still enough. Yang dribbles past 6 players and he just power shots it right into the top corner from a wide angle, and it was a very good goal. But Jack Butland, I feel could have done a wee bit better. The way, but and then in the flip side of that, it was a powerful shot, but that was 1-0 Celtic, and they were quite alright after that. They had a wee blips in the game. They were still dominating, but it wasn't maybe a Celtic dominating we were once common to see. But Rangers had chances. They had Gassaman, who was throwing goal and tried to chip Kasper Schmeichel, just gets a tiny hand on it, and but the game was gone in Celtic's favour. We get in a kind of half time, and by far Celtic were the best team. In the sense of they were the best team, but they didn't take their chances again. It was it did have a bit of relation to Dundee United away, but Rangers weren't terrible, but they had to do better. They had to change something at half time, and that's what they did. That is what they did. They brought in Diomande, and if you watch Sports Scene, they described it perfectly. They brought Diomande, took off yellow card Asgard, and swapped that about. Asgard's obviously more attacking, and it was on a booking. In previous fixtures, has been sent off. Obviously, that challenge was debatable, but we're talking about today's game. And today's game, obviously Diomande comes on, and I think they described it perfectly. It's just so he could sit and they could have more passing options in the midfield. That's what they've done. Barron, Raskin and Diomande all worked very well together. They continued to interswitch between each other. Communication was good, and it helped them. 4 minutes right after the break, Rangers get the ball, hit it to trying to hit a wee pass. Didn't go well, but the way Celtic deal with it results in a throw-in, I think, and then a couple of wee passes. Raskin get burst through, trusty slips right into Chermiti, which showed his true worth today. I'm going to be honest, guys. He looked, the way his movement was, his general play, winning the ball was very good. Danny Rowe looks to have tuned some form out of his value, because his value is 10 million, so he has to be shown this on a regular basis. But as I said, well deserved, 1 each. Rangers look to be in the driving seat and then about 10 minutes later, Celtic have a throw in. Don't know how this. This is why I'm saying that it's not really Nancy's fault in this. Celtic have a Ralston throws it. Callum McGregor, I think personally, comes too close. They get the ball. Callum McGregor their whole sequence it's way too rushed. Jermaine sneaks in, takes the ball. In previous times, you're like, he's going to absolutely make an arse of this, but he doesn't. He continues on, and you're like, is he going to pass it? Is he going to pass it? No, he opens his body up a tiny bit, not enough for the defender, and slots it right past Kasper Schmeichel, and it was a very good goal to say the least. And Rangers were 2-1 up, and they were plain sailing, as you put it. No, but honestly, after that, Rangers were in the driving seat per se. Celtic were having chances, but not like goal defining chances. Rangers continued on the charge, and that resulted about 12 minutes later in Mikey Moore getting a goal and showing why Rangers signed him on loan and why he's at a club like Tottenham. Obviously, before that, Rangers player kind of gets fouled and gets an advantage, and then Gastaman gets the ball, he slide through pass, and it's 3-1. And after that, fans started leaving, as you expect in a derby like this, because they saw no value in their team, no worth, no urgency kind of stuff. And you understood why they were leaving. In fairness, it's not what I would have done, but it's one of the things you understand. And then obviously we've seen protests after the game. Some of them were ugly, they were shouting at the board. I saw a video, but I don't know if it's true. I don't know if he was a board member, but it was like he pointed and he was like smiling. But it got kind of ugly outside. Obviously people don't want Nancy anymore. It's understandable, but most of the goals came from a mistake. But that's due to Rangers press. Maybe that could be tactical. There's lots of arguments for it, but Nancy doesn't look like he has a clue what he's doing, in the sense of he's not used to British media. So they're kind of trying to mess him up, which is fair enough. But obviously in America they don't get that kind of on constantly. The media's constantly on you. It's one of, in sports especially, soccer, football, they don't get it earlier, so maybe he's not used to that yet. But I think the players need to kind of start rolling up. But then that's down to recruitment. That starts for the board. Riddle's kind of down, and if you have a bad board who don't recruit the right recruiter, you're going to recruit bad players. Then therefore the manager is going to get the brunt of that, and you're going to recruit a bad manager. So but then he's not a bad manager if you're looking from like another point of view, because he done quite well in America, and America is a decent league. So, but it's not better than SPFL, in my opinion. The players are better, but quality are maybe, in a sense of like these two teams, Rangers and Celtic, I think they could, but it's the Celtic board situation shouldn't take away from what Danny Rowe done today. He went to Parkhead and he won his first Old Firm away the first time. I think that's the first time that's happened in a while. So summary of the game is Rangers were, I wouldn't say mediocre in the first half, but they weren't the best they could be. Second half they were much better. Celtic first half good, second half shit. And we saw what today, but this could change the title race, because if Rangers win on Tuesday, they overtake Celtic, and for one night possibly. So if Rangers get a lot of goals against Aberdeen, it could be daunting for Celtic fans because of the current situation that looks to not be changing, because I don't see Celtic sacking Wilfred Nancy. I said that yesterday, if it's not a big defeat like 4 or 5, they won't sack him, because it's not embarrassing today. It's player mistakes that have caused the result. Not tactics might have influenced it, but player mistakes have done it. They need to just learn to adapt. You get paid so much money, you should be able to adapt. It's my opinion. But we saw, as I said in summary, we saw all that, and then the board, a bit dampening day for Celtic fans, and obviously a very exciting day for Rangers fans. If you, obviously, that's the end of the video, so if you did enjoy the video, people, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and put in post notifications. And thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.